Hello and welcome to Eminent Reflection. This is an introduction to the Lilish Empire Evolution playlist. Over here is the planet Zaporoli, which is the homeworld of the Lilish Empire. Now, I started this playlist before I started the other two over here from the planet Phoenix and the planet Gralvix in that order. But I've already finished and uploaded the playlist for the Phoenix Empire, and now I'm just posting this little introduction to this playlist. If I can bring up what I've got of the playlist so far. Now, the episode I'm making right now is intended to be episode 1. It's not uploaded yet or put in place in the list, so you'll notice episode 1 at the time I'm recording this is a different episode. It's actually where I started the game, evolving a creature on planet Zaporoli in the Spore universe. That's the cell stage. The audio is pretty messed up. It's got a lot of echo in it on that episode, and it's an hour and a half long, roughly. But I did fix that by the second episode, where the Lilish clade makes it to land and begins life outside of liquid, so to speak. And now I want to point out something about evolution in Spore that's way different from biological evolution here on Earth, and there's a bunch of differences. Evolution is the accumulation of change. Some things accumulate change in a linear fashion. Growth, for example, is a type of evolution. It is an accumulation, basically, of increase in size, generally speaking. If you just add a piece to something, that's not growth. That's just augmenting. It's adding something. If you keep on doing that, yeah, it'll grow. I mean, a stack of Lego blocks or whatever. Any rate, don't want to get too deeply into that. I just wanted to touch on that. This is generally linear. There is an exception in here. If I can scroll down this list a bit. Let's see. Here. Evolving in a different direction. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. Somewhere in here anyway. I think that's the one. Yeah, that is definitely it. The game crashed. And I believe the episode before that, episode 7, I gave the Lilish creature a makeover, which is evolution in this game, because again, like I said, if you just put a part on, that's not growing, that's not evolving, that's just adding something. If you do that again and again and again, of course, changes that add up are evolutionary changes. It is the accumulation of change that makes it evolution. So it's not evolution like you would normally think of it if you're if you're a biologist who works with biological evolution all the time. I'm a linguist, so I think of evolution a little differently in general, because languages evolve, and yes, you can add a word to a language. That isn't evolution, not in and of itself. It takes more than that. But evolution does happen to languages. So, at any rate, in episode 8, I had to start back up from where I had left off, I think back in episode 6, and evolve in another direction. Now, the one made in episode 7 is still out there on the internet, and I could actually run into it later somewhere in the game, but I can't continue that game because I didn't save the game. So, moving on from there. Notice it crashed again here. I was having some crashing problems. I've had technical difficulties in this, and the idea of this is I'm trying to get better at making quality videos for my new YouTube channel, and working on a low budget. Never really tried to make much of quality videos before. I've had a few videos that I've made in the past that were somewhat serious, but never really tried to make a quality YouTube channel. So that's what I'm trying to do. And if anybody has any advice for me, I'd be happy to know about it. Leave it in the comments in any of my videos. Let me know. Get a hold of me if you can. Help me out. I'm trying, and that too is an evolutionary process. I have a lot to learn. So let's see. Here's another milestone heading home from the Grox territory. Here, finding the Grox on episode 34. Let's see. And this episode 38, encountering the Skivlarg near the galactic core. I've left that one public. What I mean by that is most of these episodes are currently unlisted on YouTube, which means they shouldn't show up in a search. You won't see them if you just go and look at the uploaded videos on the channel. The only way you're going to find them is if somebody sends you a link to them, or if you actually find them in this playlist. And of course, the last episode, the mysterious entity deep within the galactic core. Not reading most of these because, trying to avoid too many spoilers. If you want to know what's at the galactic core, if you don't already know, when you get to episode 39, you can find out. If you're in a hurry, skip ahead, and then you'll know. And you can go back later because, it's just an option you have. So, any rate, I think I've said enough. I wanted to keep this video short. So, going to go ahead and end this video, and thank you for watching, and enjoy the series.